Hi there friends, and welcome to a new Rimworld series of mine. I'm Icon, and this is Gene Park. It's based around the newly released Vanilla Genetics Expanded mod, and the series is going to be about these 5 convicts who are participating in the Gene Park amnesty program issued by the corporation. They're all not that nice characters, you know, it ranges from simple psychopathy to pyromania, outright to other wicked and problematic characteristics. So the idea of this run is we're going to build an animal park, a nice one, and these guys are ought to do that. If they manage to do so, they get their freedom back, or whatever happy ending we might consider sufficient. And yeah, that's the trope that we're going for. I hope you guys will enjoy. As usual, the mods that I'm using are in the description box below. I'm also working on a Steam collection for that one, so you can just play along by downloading that one. The link for that will be in the description box as well. Might take a day or two after this video has been released, though. I'm doing my best to reach it in as quick as possible. Now, so let's introduce our crew first. So we got one psychopathic bisexual woman, which is extremely good with plants and animals. Helen's job is pretty clear here, and she's also a quite nice shooter. We got Danny, who's just a pyromaniac constructor. He also happens to be quite good at crafting. I think this guy will be pretty useful overall. Philly? Well, she's a quite fast one, and she's the best doctor we got. She also happens to like to eat people, but that's a completely different story. She's also happening to be a pretty good researcher, and I quite enjoyed the fact to have a jogger trait on my best doctor. Good stuff. Next up is Narc. Nice name for a convict, isn't it? And she's just a volatile psycho with a very annoying voice. I just saw that combo, Narc, annoying voice, and it just came together. So, but surprisingly enough, she happens to be quite a good social person, but she's going to be my artist and research person. Let's see how that's going to work out. And last but not least, Mr. Justin, the bloodlusty person here in the crowd. He's a damn good constructor, and he has quite useful passions. Also happens to be a pretty good crafter. And yeah, but the slowpoke trait is really nasty. Okay, I have taken a regular crash-landed start and tweaked it up with some extra packaged survival meals and some extra knives, but no extra guns or anything. I don't aim to go for an easier experience here. Gameplay wise, I'm running Randy, and I'm running him on a 120% breadth scale. I disabled friendly fire because I hate the friendly fire mechanic of this game. And yeah, that's the introduction for this one, so let's get finally playing. The map here is Sandbar, or no, Coastal Dunes, because I felt like this was some environment that you'd appreciate for a relaxation area. So we got year-round summers, and we also got the challenge of building around watery space, lots of sand, and not so many geographic features that we can use for defenses. There's the terrain affordability here, as we see. It is quite okay. There's not too much stuff blocked outright, so we don't have too much soft sand in it or something like that. But it's still going to be quite challenging construction-wise, because we got not too many natural features that protect us. So that's the challenge, and I can't wait to get into that. The goal of this series is going to be either setting up a functioning spaceport. I also got the mod for that installed, that you can set up a spaceport, or they're going to go rebellious and build themselves an Arco-Centipede and say hell no to the Gene Park amnesty program and just go rogue. I'd be personally rolling for the spaceport because I already did the Architect Centipede thing, but I'm curious if it has been remade in the Vanilla Genetics Expanded mod overall. I've only pre-browsed things there. Now let's allow everything. So I'm not really sure about what's in the box here, so to say. I'm just very, very curious about that. Okay, enough about that. Let's talk about where to build. This is going to be quite difficult because, you know, I have to build a structure just out in the open. There is nothing here to lean upon. The only thing we could utilize here would be this stuff here in the vicinity. But honestly, not for starters. The location ain't that cool, and might as well build up something new. It's also pretty clear that we're suffering from pretty dense foliage here. So I'm quite tempted to go for maybe just the place where they crash landed. Simply because we got a nice amount of stony soil here, where we can build directly on. Also, the sand ain't bad to build on. We got some fertile soil. Let's toggle on this filter here. So there's some super fertile soil there. Here's some super fertile soil. So, yeah, it's one of those occasions where I just say, okay, we're staying where we crash landed. Alright. I also started with 5 people on this run because I wanted to be able to kickstart this colony faster than usual. Beyond that, mod-wise, I am not running anything too spectacular here beyond the vanilla expanded spectrum. Just check out the description box if you're curious, but I really tried to make sure that we're mostly vanilla expanded and the series can focus mostly around the genetics part, and lots of animal mods. That had to happen, you know. There are really lots of animal mods, but no fantasy animals. Because I just don't like that too much. In this scenario, at least. No, not in general. Okay, so let's whip up the situation like that. Billy is one of these people who's actually quite useful in many regards, and the setup of this situation should be quite effective as well. So we got Helen on the cooking. This is a pretty uncomfortable overlapping. Probably want to have somebody else on the cooking at some point, but we'll see about that. Helen is actually not really that well fit for that job, but whatever. Let's just play it out for starters. I mean, we're just starting out. There's a lot of things that will happen in between. So, I'm starting out with my usual barracks here. I love to go barracks early game because you just need some time to get everybody his own home. And this way you can just get everybody under a roof quite quickly, because people really appreciate that, and you can use that larger structure later on for something else. I'll use this spot for my stockpile, because it's very easy to build walls around that one. There's not much nature around that. Okay. So here we go again. Ideology-wise, I went with the trait of City Builders out of the expanded mod, which just does 2 things. We are happier in a large colony with many buildings. I found that so fitting to a resort, a luxury resort or a park of sorts, and they despise traveling because I am a very trade-reliant player, and I do like to give myself new challenges from time to time, and it's the idea of this colony to attract people to trade with, not to go on journeys to travel for trading themselves. So I'm quite excited to see where this will get. I put the threat rating a little bit lower on purpose because I didn't want to go too hard on me in terms of raid difficulties and the like. But not too easy either. 120% can be really horrible, don't worry. Oh, let's give the guns to people. And the rest of them will get the knives. Even if they really can't handle them. It's still better than no weapon at all. Okay. There's also quite a lot of incapabilities in these guys, and I enjoyed rolling up these dudes so much. Because this was really... I really took in a lot of effort to go for randomly rolled characters, because I despise, personally, constructed characters beyond maybe one character for a series. I really don't like it if I have to construct every character. Not because I think it's a bad thing, but just because I'm outright lazy. And it's damn much work, and I always can't decide on what the hell everybody should be doing, you know? And if I have 3 decisions about how every character should be skilled and all, it all of a sudden gets very, very complicated. Well, let's get ourselves a nice, neat table inside here. Corporate style. Lovely. And then we should talk about power generation as soon as possible. Power generation, food generation, and the like. There's lots of work to do. With 5 people, though, we should be able to get the ball rolling quite quickly here. That was at least the idea of mine. So we got that, and tomorrow there shall be electricity. I think I'm going to start out with the good old wind turbine strategy again. And let's see. Oh, isn't that? Damn, so good. So we're going to put one down here on the sand. And we have to go for subsurface conduits. You know, we are a luxury resort after all. We got standards. Speaking about standards, I need steel for that. Let's see, I think I installed a mod that gave me resources out of that. I can't remember anymore. Oh well, we'll see about that. Well, subsurface conduits are costly, but they're beautiful, and it's very important to stay chic. We can't afford anything that's ugly here. We just can't. It's not what we're being paid for. Or, well, they're not really being paid, but you get the idea. Next thing, I want to have some growing zone. So... oh yeah, I enabled a lot more plants because I like that. And I wanted to try out some of the new mods that have been released in between. Pineapple. Cool. Cassava. Okay. Ah, manioc. That's how I know it better. Brussels sprout. Bell pepper. Alright, that's a lot of cool stuff. We're gonna start out simple though. Oh, rice has been rebranded, has been recolored. We're going to start out with the rice, simply because I want to have a early, quick supply of food for now, because I'm really a little bit worried about the progression here. So what's in the wildlife tab here, actually? Coyotes, Gigantoraptors. Okay. So this will take a while until we got the power quartz built, I guess. So I want to build up a research table already. My goal here with this run is also to be as fast as I can with my plans here. Because, you know, this life is not really too comfy, and these guys, they are done with an uncomfy life. Lore-wise, I also wanted to think about in this run what you guys think, how in a sci-fi community or how in a sci-fi fantasy environment, future civilizations, how would they handle criminals? I think such a thing like this here seemed to me quite realistic, so to say. You know, give those people a chance to prove themselves, build something good as a punishment for their misdeeds. And in this particular case, I was wondering if these guys weren't sitting in some nasty space mines or anything like that before, and had to work hard to be even allowed to work on the Gene Park amnesty program, you know, because you wouldn't get just anybody on there. So a Spinosaurus crash landed here. Okay, I love Rimworld. We already have our first strange thing happening, so we're definitely going to save that one. Billy, save the Spinosaurus. There is a fair chance that this thing will join us in response. There's also a fair chance that it will try to eat us in response, but you never know. I really don't know if I feel well about the fact that we got a Spinosaurus here in the middle of our camp, but yeah, well, there's always something, I'd say. Rescued animal join! Damn, we got ourselves the first dinosaur. So, minimum handling skill 9. Let's see if I actually can do so. No, I can't. My animal skill is only 8. Damn. That's really bad. So, we gotta slaughter that thing. It's way too dangerous to keep an animal like that in your ranks. Oh well, we can't change it. It would have died one way or another. I don't dare to leave something like that unmonitored out there. So, construction, we got Justin on that job. We need more tools. I know. So, the power cord thing is almost done. So we're actually able to put in some light. Let there be light, guys. Somewhere later today. So, didn't I have 2 constructors? Construction, Justin, and Winters. Here. So I really want that butcher table done as quick as possible because there's some tasty Spinosaurus going bad there, and I just like that. So we do this forever, but only with a limited ingredient radius. Let's say something like that here. Who's the cook? Helen's the cook. Oh yeah, I enabled it. Nice. So far so good. What we're going to research first is pretty clear. I want those batteries, because batteries are just so good in combination with wind power. We're also going to build up a secondary wind power here, and it's just going to be connected like that. There we go. I bet that my tasty Spinosaurus meat will be going bad quite quickly, but that doesn't really matter too much. So I got more than enough building material here, so we're going to set up our base, or expand our base camp a little bit further. So this is going to be our crafting shack, so to say. And I think I'm going to expand into this direction here with a little kitchen module. Because these are all quite close to the power to the power cords that I already laid down, so we don't have to expend extra steel there. I already expended a lot of steel in my opinion. So, Helen God and Inspired Taming. Should I use that? I really don't know. So, let's go directly for the electric stove. So we got that problem out of the way. And since this place is going to be my construction shack, I can already set up the dumping stockpile over there. So, a couple of organizational things are already nailed down. So, starting from tomorrow, we will be able to cook our own food. Brilliant. Okay, so research-wise, we only got one person for that job, and that's Narc. Okay, I got 2,000 units of wood already. Nice. That's really a good start. And once those basics are finally down, we're gonna construct real apartments for the people here. And we gotta assign ranks. You know, we also got some things here down. We got the manager and the administrator. And so since I don't know, I think I'm going to put this person here on the leader table. Or let's see. We only got one person that's good in social. That's bad. So yep. Congratulations, Narc. You won the lottery. Gotta bring up a ritual spot, and somebody's gotta be the boss. Administrator? No. The manager. There we go. Bam. And, well, sadly, I really got nobody who's remotely good at this, but Danny has to get the administrator. So, that has to become the administrator, I'm sorry. There we go. He'll learn out of that. He'll become better in that. Don't you worry. I've had several people that weren't really exactly made for their job, and we got them into shape in no time. Well, social is a difficult thing. stay an issue here for the remainder of the time until I find somebody who can do the administrator job more easily. But, well, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. For now, we're starting out to get ourselves some real civilization going here. So, let's spread out the electricity here. And then we're gonna bring up the coolers. It's gonna spend a lot of my steel. Let's see if there's some compacted steel here. But beyond that, I don't see too much. Well, we'll see about that. I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as I got my basics down. After that, we will have to work for more resources anyways, so it's gonna be fine. Alright, so we getting there, so yeah. Well, resource, stone blocks. There we go. Let's go for preferred, and we're going to allow steel being stored here as well. All the things that don't go bad only because they're lying outside. Alright. Blocked by palm tree. I was just wondering why that dude wasn't going at full capacity. Alright. That's looking good, if you ask me. We now just need to expand this a little bit further. One of the biggest issues right now is the lack of batteries and the lack of anything cookable, I think, but this will be not an issue any much longer here. First off, the rice is already 50% done, and the other thing is we got guns and people that are able to use them. Okay, and we're already out of jobs here. Ooh. So we're going to do this forever, but only in a radius like that. So I want everybody on a certain interest on crafting. And let's see, we got a lot of things done here in the first quick episode. I'm quite proud of myself. But with 5 people, you also can get a lot of stuff done in a quick manner of time. That's also really cool to mention. So here's the next thing. I want to use the remaining steel for a smelter, because I can't stress it out enough. This is one of the most useful things you can build, because it allows you to spend steel to make steel, and that's just outright awesome. You know, all those slack chunks that are lying around here are then harvestable and transformable. And there's so often stuff falling from the sky, leftovers from other things, and one of the most useful ways of spending your starting steel. Okay. But then we really gotta check out where we can find new stuff. What's that? Ancient fence. Well, let's deconstruct this stuff. These thingies I'm very interested in, seeing what they yield. Remove this by attacking it. Oh no. Oh yeah, power cords. Power. Yeah, just like I thought. There's not even a connection to my thingy there. Okay, we got an indoors temperature of -9 degrees in there, so that part worked out. And now The smelter will be connected with power soon as well. And I'm very, very happy with the situation as it is now. So now I only need that research on the batteries done, and then we gotta think about where we're going to put up the apartments for the park keepers. And where we're going to put down the actual pens for the animals. So there's lots of things to do, and I'd say good spot to drop it today here. So thank you guys all for watching. I really can't wait to make more of this. We're going to see. There's a pretty good, that's a pretty solid foundation. I must make up my mind next where we're going to, what kind of things we need to go for. But with the stability that we got, I think I'm going to pressure quite quickly to genetic research and the like. And, well, we'll definitely see enough things to do. So drop me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and of course consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. There's lots of content on my channel, and I'd love to have you. So see you guys next time, and have a good one. Bye bye.